Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty serious show here for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to our Dreamerspro Short Clips channel that we have linked in the comment section. So anyway, let me get into this. And excuse the noise. They're doing some construction outside. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. As you know, Anthony Davis is the talk of the town, minus what happened yesterday around the association with the Phoenix Suns being eliminated and the Boston Celtics forcing a Game 7 against the Philadelphia 76ers. Some interesting storylines around that team, considering Doc Rivers is the head coach of that team. But anyway, the day prior, the biggest story was the AD injury, right? And I want to quickly go through this information because we got a lot of things that I want to discuss here today. So the AD information came out. He got injured. Fantastic. And there was a reaction to it. The first reaction that a lot of people started commenting on was the reaction from the NBA on TNT crew with Charles, Kenny, Ernie, and Shaq, right? They were laughing at them. A lot of people thought that segment was hilarious, which it was. That segment is, it's hilarious. I mean, these guys are funny. It's absolutely funny, this segment, right? But I said laughing at AD being injured is not cool. So I want to quickly draw the distinction. There are two sets of people laughing. They're Charles and these guys laughing at the AD situation, and they're people that are laughing at Charles and these guys. That's a nuance that I think needs to be stated from the onset. So we have that. So they covered it. What was the other show that covered it? ESPN First Take. Now, as y'all know, Stephen A. Smith is the biggest personality on ESPN, and from time to time, he says things that kind of lands him in hot water. And in this particular moment, I think he's done the same thing. So what happened yesterday, and I actually saw this yesterday, while I was watching it, actually, it was a bit cringy to me. This is just me. Other people feel otherwise. And everyone has their right to everyone can feel how they want to feel. I'm not here to tell people what to feel as long as you're not running around telling people how they should feel about a particular thing. But anyway, I was watching it and I was like, bro, you might be going a little bit too far. So what am I referring to? Yesterday on ESPN First Take, they were discussing the Lakers versus Golden State Warriors series. And at the beginning of when Stephen A. Smith started to talk, he first started to explain how Anthony Davis's camp got into contact with him, about his play and all of that stuff. And then after he said that, he then went off into this monologue about where he was just essentially flat out laughing at the situation, which created a kind of an awkward moment. But before we get into that, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say here quickly. And I want you guys to pay attention to that segment because I think it's important that people understand what he originally said, and then we'll come back and continue on with the show. So take a listen to that.
Anthony Davis not only played one good game, not only did he show up in game 4 and play good on the back-to-back game, but he had a pretty decent game last night too. So the dude that shows up every other game has shown up the last 3. I want to make that clear because there's people within Anthony Davis's camp who approached me who will remain nameless. Nothing but love for them, very respectful. But the bottom line is they wanted me to make sure I gave them some love when it's warranted. I'm going to give them love for that. It stops there. You know, covering the NBA, listen, we all family. It don't have to be from the same network. We all family. Those boys on TNT, those are my brothers. Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith from Queens. I mean, we go back since I was a kid. Ernie Johnson, the great Ernie Johnson.
Kenny's on the show Friday.
That's right. And Kenny Smith will be here.
As in tomorrow.
We'll be here. I got to tell y'all something. When Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley were laughing last night, I mean, let's just call it what it is. I mean, all of us, damn it, we're all not as composed and as professional as the great Brian Windhorst. We just not. We just not. Sometimes we just can't help it. We got to let it go. Because, damn it, I'll be damned if I wasn't laughing. I'm like, concussion? Concussion? I thought the NFL season was over. You understand? Now, I understand that concussions can happen in other sports, boxing, UFC. And I mean, if the collision is fierce enough, I guess it could happen in basketball too. But damn, I ain't seen nothing yesterday that made me say concussion. Concussion. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. Did the wheelchair get him to the locker room? I'm not sure. Is that true,
yes,
Jay?
Yes,
that's why they were dying.
A wheelchair? Wheelchair? Really? Really? That's where we are? Listen, if you are LeBron James, this has got to be, listen, I hope Anthony Davis. I got to actually sit here and say this. I hope Anthony Davis is okay.
See, that's where
really. I got
no
to really
place to go but that.
Look, man. I mean, we got to stop. We just got to stop it, man. We got to stop it. It's the playoffs, man. I mean, damn it, was he running over the middle and got hit by Ronnie Lott or something? Did I miss something? Did I miss it? You know, is Ray Lewis still playing? Ray Lewis in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform? I mean, did he get hit by Aaron Donald? Did I miss something, Jay Williams? Did I miss something? Because I just show Jay Williams right now.
Okay.
I mean, did I miss something? I hope he's okay. 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 I hope he's okay.
For a second, Meg. Let me say it. Let me be the adult in the room.
Go ahead.
Concussions are serious.
I hope he's okay.
I know they are. We're not hurting.
Concussions are very
no
serious.
one
I've
is
seen
saying
concussions with less.
Hold on.
They can have life-altering effects.
Hold on. No one is saying a concussion isn't serious. We're saying we found it hard to believe that a concussion actually happened on that play that we were watching.
Can happen
oh,
anywhere.
my Lord. Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Can I just add
something? Can I get to my point?
Sure.
Because it's something bigger, Jay.
Okay.
Because now that we got that out the way, because I can assure you Shaq is still laughing. I can assure you Barkley said it because we can't believe it. You just can't believe it. You can't make this up. I felt bad for LeBron James because he's sitting on that bench. Did you see LeBron James' face when he was sitting there by himself and Anthony Davis got up and walked to the locker room? It was like, I cannot believe what the hell this is happening to me. This man is trying to compete for a championship in his 20th season. And now you getting wheeled to the locker room.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. So this morning, when I woke up, we're just kind of going through the internet, and then I discovered that Stephen A. Smith now has been forced to apologize for what he had to say. And we're actually getting this. Our primary source is Bleacher Report, so I'm going to quickly read from what Bleacher Report had to say. It starts off with the headline, Stephen A. Smith apologizes for remarks on Anthony Davis' head injury and Lakers loss. ESPN, Stephen A. Smith has apologized for comments he made about the head injury Anthony Davis suffered in the Los Angeles Lakers Game 5 loss to the Golden State Warriors on Wednesday night. Now, I want to quickly read what Stephen A. Smith himself had to say on Twitter. Blowback is blowback. Comes with the territory, peeps. I was in no way minimizing the seriousness of a concussion. I was questioning whether Anthony Davis really had one, considering the play I saw and other hits I've seen him absorb. But bottom line, it was wrong for me to do, period. My bad. So the article then goes on to say, while speaking on ESPN's First Take on Thursday, Smith questioned whether Davis legitimately could have suffered a concussion during Game 5. And then basically the article went on and on to say what it had to say there. So here are my thoughts. First of all, I think it's important that we say no one is perfect. Right? No one is perfect. Sometimes you get it right. Sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you say things that people agree with. Sometimes you're going to say things that people disagree with. And sometimes you just flat out make mistakes. So I'm not here to persecute Stephen A. Smith. We all have gaffes. We all have said things that we wish we could take back. All of us. Right? And the thing is, when you say something, especially on TV, you can't go back and delete what you said. It's not like a tweet. You could put out a tweet and delete it. once you said that, it's out there, and you can't go back there and erase it. So we have to understand the nature of things nowadays. Regarding him apologizing, I don't know exactly what group kind of forced him to apologize. It might have been his network. It might have been people online. I don't really know that. But I think he was a bit excessive in his description. And I don't think he was doing it maliciously. I think he was doing it he wanted to be entertaining. And that's Stephen A. Smith's thing. He likes to entertain people, even the way he was saying it. He was doing it in a humorous way to make that segment enjoyable for viewers to watch. But as my grandmother used to say, you got to be careful of expensive jokes. What's an expensive joke? An expensive joke is when you crack a joke at someone else's expense. And in this case, the person that loses out here is AD, because you're laughing at a guy's pain, right? And we just got to be careful of this. We saw Skip Bayless get in a lot of hot water. Now, in the Skip Bayless situation with that game, I think DeMar Hamlin, I hope I got his name right, there the situation was much more apparent that this is a very, 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 very serious situation. So Skip should not have been saying what he was saying. But in this case, you just want to err on the side of caution. You want to err on the side of caution and just be careful about what you're saying. But then again, this is just my view. Other people will feel differently. Some people say, oh, well, you're too soft and this and this and this. It really comes down, to the individual. Now, I'll finally close with this. I don't discuss any politics on this platform because this is not the place. I don't like politics. I don't like the games that people play. I don't like the political buzzwords that people use. I don't like people play games whenever you get into politics. What I want to avoid is igniting that type of conversation around this particular topic about people being sensitive. Listen. The fact of the matter is simply this. Me giving you my opinion on this has nothing to do with politics. I'm giving you my opinion based on what I think. I'm processing the information through the way I see things, not through any political lens. And I think that the people that are quick to say, hey, don't do this, you're being this, you're being that, you got to be careful. Because in your quest to ensure that everyone is not being, too sensitive or anything, you too are exhibiting a particular political view. Don't think you're exempt from it. So we all just need to be careful about this. So these are my thoughts really on this situation. I don't want to take it any further than it's already gone, but I think it's just a cautionary tale. Sometimes just be careful of what you say, but also understand that we're all prone to make mistakes. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.